Welcome to part 2 of the 4-part series on You're Gonna Finish. This is a free digital workshop for people who have a ton of creative ideas and want to actually bring them to life. I'm breaking it down into bite-sized little morsels so that you can actually build the confidence and build the muscle to get stuff out, to go from idea to bringing it down into reality, closing that, and then building momentum by being able to string a series of those things together, which will eventually become your greatest project, a greatest project. So you feel less afraid about taking things from idea to reality. I wouldn't even say afraid. Afraid is not the right word. It's more just that sometimes we have so many good ideas, it's hard to pick one. And sometimes it's very hard to stick with something. Okay, because our tastes are so varied and we get interested in different things, and that's all natural. But this time it will be different. And do you know why? Because you want it to be. For a long time, I was really stuck because I felt like, how is this time going to be different from any other times that I've tried? And looking back, sometimes there isn't some monumental thing that happens. Sometimes you just get lucky, or sometimes you just stay with it for 10 more minutes than you did last time and something clicks. You don't have to have a huge makeover moment to stumble across your next big creative breakthrough. You could literally stub your toe and have a creative breakthrough. Like, we put so much pressure on ourselves. And then we already give up before we start because we feel like, well, nothing's going to be different. I've tried this before. I mean, that's like how I talk to myself. I've tried this before. Nothing's different. Yeah, except maybe it can be different. Like a 2-degree shift could lead to like totally different results. So I know it sounds cheesy, but it's kind of like, don't give up. Keep trying. Okay, so in the last video, we ended by actually choosing a project, okay, and then giving it a name and writing about it as if it already exists, okay? So we're gonna do 2 exercises today together where you are actually working on the thing. And what I recommend is that you get some kind of timer. You can use like an old school timer or just your phone. Okay, we're gonna do 2 reps. The first rep is gonna be 10 minutes long, and the next rep is gonna be 30 minutes long. And here are the rules. So for that amount of time, don't think about what you're gonna create, okay? Don't think about, oh, I gotta hit a certain word count. Oh, I gotta, do a certain number of pages. Oh, I have to like no. All you're gonna do is hang out with that project. Think about it, reflect on it, start working on it, okay? And set this expectation for yourself that it should be mid. Like, we're not aiming for A here. We're aiming for a B minus, C plus. Okay, so you are brainstorming ideas. You are writing the first paragraph. You are coming up with the different character profiles in your book. You are playing, on your guitar. You're playing the strings. Like think of this as timed play with your project. So go ahead and do the first 10-minute one. And then pause me. Okay. And then when you're done, come back. Okay, you're back from your 10 minutes and we're just gonna reflect on it. So in your workbook, I want you to write about, how did that feel? How did it feel to do 10 minutes? And be honest. If it was bad, it's bad. If you got nothing done, you got nothing done. But no one ever got nothing done because you did it. You may not have produced anything, but you sat with it for 10 minutes and that counts. Okay? And in this box, I wrote you didn't die, right? Because so I really do feel like sometimes when there's like something creative that I want to do but I don't want to do, really feels like I'm like walking towards my own death. I'm like, oh, I can't. I really don't want to. And like I will find any excuse, like any reason not to do it. But remember, this is really just gaining intimacy with yourself. And that can be very uncomfortable. It also is like super rewarding. You know, it's like nobody has to know you're doing this. You're just getting to know yourself and your creativity better. And truly, truly, this will heal you. This process will heal whatever other shit you're battling with. Because if you can sit in your own energy and be with yourself and your half-baked ideas and emerge out the other side still breathing, then you won. Okay, so now we're gonna do just slightly longer. And if you have time, do it now. Or if you're like, girl, I gotta like go to work or go to class, like I can't, right? Like come back to it, but please come back to it because it's 30 minutes. It's 30 minutes. I could literally scroll on TikTok for 30 minutes and I literally can do it so easily. And then I look up and I'm like, how has 30 minutes gone by? Like 30 minutes is nothing, okay? So set your timer for 30 minutes. And again, you're just going to play with your project. Like you're actually going to just do it. Okay. No expectation, no results. We're going to, in fact, do a bad job. Please try to do a bad job. That's the expectation. Okay. All right, go. Okay. You're back and you've done the 30 minutes. Holy shit. Okay, so again, we're going to go to our workbook and we're going to ask ourselves, how do we feel? And specifically this time, we're going to ask what resistance came up for you. The struggle is the art. Okay, so what resistance came up for you? And then I wrote, but you're still not dead. Because I'm such an asshole. No, but also because like, you can do this. You can do this. Do you know why? Because you're not alone. Because remember how in the last video we met your inner artist? Your inner artist is also just like your inner child. And it's also just like your coolest, most creative self. Okay? And like they want to do it. Why? Because they have things to say. They have things to say. They have opinions. They have thoughts. And their thoughts matter. And in these opinions and thoughts and like things they want to say, like there's healing in that too. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so we're on to the second half of this worksheet now. And the question that I want you to consider is, what are the unspoken rules about your art? And I'm interpreting this as, what were some of the social rules that you grew to understood and that are maybe behind the scenes in your creative process? So for example, were you told as a kid, don't outshine other people? Or did you pick up somewhere along the way that it's been done before, so unless your art and creativity is like totally original, that like it doesn't matter? Or is there some unspoken rule about if you stay under the radar, then you'll be safe? If you step out and if you share something, then you're vulnerable, and vulnerability is bad because you can get hurt, and let's not get hurt. Okay, so I want you to really evaluate personally for you, what are those rules? What are the things that keep you safe? Okay, and then of course, because part of stepping into your own voice and into your own power is understanding those rules and being conscious about maybe navigating around them or moving through them or evolving past them, or even just saying like, F this, I don't want to play by those rules, right? So the next question is, how will you intentionally break those rules? How are those rules no longer appropriate for you, for where you are creatively, and for where you are in your growth as a person? Okay, you're doing great. Truly, you're doing great. Okay, the last box on here, this is a challenge that I have for you. I'm saying it's this week, but if you can do it today or in the next few days, like that's ideal, okay? Keep on this while the momentum is hot. So it's called an impulse challenge. Okay. So the next time that you get an intuitive hit of something random, okay, you have to do it. I'll give you an example. So you know how like you'll be driving and then you'll like drive past like a coffee place and you'll think to yourself, like green tea matcha, like iced matcha, like I want that. Okay. And then you'll be like, no, like don't do that because like you already had matcha today or whatever. There'll be like all these reasons that you shouldn't do it. But there's like a part of you that wants to do it. Okay. You have to go and like go get the matcha. Or like, let's say you're driving and you're driving on like your normal road or route that you always go on. And you get this hit, this little like twinge of like, ooh, I wonder like, ooh, there's this like little bookstore or this little stationery store or this little puzzle store that like I've kind of been wanting to go to, but like, oh, you don't have time. You better get home. You have to study. You have to like work on this report. You have to like do all these things. Okay. Go to the store. Turn your car and like, do it. Okay. And this doesn't even have to do anything with your creativity. Let's say that you have a crush on someone and you're like, oh my gosh, like really want to tell them, but I don't want to tell them because that's weird. And like, what if they don't like me back? Like, this might be crazy, but maybe you should tell them. Okay. We are working on building the muscle where you actually listen to your creative impulses. Okay. That's why it's called the impulse challenge. All right. So you have to do something this week. And it does not have to be as dramatic as like confessing your crush. Actually, that's like pretty reckless. But if you really feel that way, you should do it. I'm just giving you an example, right? But think like the next time you want to do something weird that doesn't make any sense, I just think you should do it for the sole reason of practicing doing it. This is the muscle that you need to see through these creative things. Okay, so congratulations. At this point, you are halfway through. Okay. As a reminder, if you are a member, don't forget to grab your special members only sticker pack. It's digital stickers that you can use in GoodNotes. Okay. They're super cute. I didn't design them myself. I don't want to take any credit. Okay. But I did find them and put them together on a page and I did curate them. Okay. I'm not that good of a designer, but I did find them. So if you remember, go ahead. Don't forget to grab those to use with your digital workbook. Okay. I love you guys. And guess what? Yeah, that's right. I'm going to see you in the very next video, part 3.